was like, okay, cool, 5 years. Then after that, we had a home built. It was finished in 2006. And then, like, he does little things like that, so...
You think, like, oh, this is the real thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so Maurice, if you're doing all this, the house and building a house together, car notes, and that are... Why not just go all the way? Get married.
You know what, Tara? I really want to get married, and I'm going to get married to her. But the thing is, I'm all about finances, and I want to make sure everything's in order financially. Because just talking to my buddies who's married, it seems like their biggest problems deals with finance. You know, if it's problems with finances, next thing you know, they're going to the divorce lawyer. So I just want to make sure we're financially stable, and you know, once we get married, I'm the provide her and make sure she has everything she wants. You know.
Also, you want to be the whole sole provider. Okay. Tell me about a wedding. I know you were saying like weddings can be expensive, and you feel what?
I think weddings are expensive, and I want her to have a nice wedding. I want her to have a big wedding. But
he has the money, so I don't understand why he can't just pay for it. Like, why do I have to save?
Well, the thing is, you know, traditionally the father pays for everything.
No, that's not. Yeah, the father of the bride.
Right, her father.
Yes.
Yeah, pays for everything. But in our case, you know, we weren't raised with silver spoons in our mouth, so you know, all the wedding expense is going to fall on our shoulders. But right now, it's going to fall on my shoulders. So I kind of want us to, you know, split it up a little bit.
You got strong shoulders.
Okay, but he did propose. He proposed how many years into the relationship?
9 years.
9 years into the relationship. Okay, so that's 3 years. Huh?
I had to get to know her.
Okay, tell me how he proposed. I understand it's a little different.
He called me. He said, you know, come straight home. I have a surprise for you. And I was already in a bad mood. So I came home. I'm thinking he's going to cook or something. No food, nothing. So I'm already just walking around slamming stuff. So he's like, well, hand me some ice. And I'm like, no. I didn't want to do anything for him at this point. So then he's like, would you please hand me some ice? He's saying how he loves me and all this stuff. And I'm just like, shut up. So I opened the freezer to get the ice, and there was a ring box on the ice tray. So I slammed the door, and I'm like, is that my ice? Is that my ice? It's so cute. And so I go and I take the box and I open it, and there's a smudge of dirt in it, and his dad had just passed away, and he's like, you better marry that girl. And so, you know, Maurice went to the gravesite and he put the dirt on there as like a blessing from his dad. And so I immediately started crying when he told me what that was. And then my sister jumps out from the shower. She had been there the whole time. And it was great. It was great.
Oh, it was really nice. But at the same time, you bought a wedding dress right after that engagement, right?
Yeah.
And how many times have you set a date?
Oh, probably, well, I've only set a date probably about 3 times.
Oh, probably only about 3 times.
But then I've given suggestions like 10 or 15 times, and he always like comes up with some kind of way to brush it off. Like I just recently set a date for August 29th of 2009, and I wanted to do a destination wedding, but his mom refuses to get on a plane, and he's a big mama's boy, and he will not get married without his mom. So that's out the door. So, you know, we got to come up with something else.
Y'all can get on a boat.
We could.
Yeah, you can get on a boat. Okay, one thing is you say that Tiffany likes to spend a lot of money.
Yes, she does. Money means nothing to her. She lives in the moment. I'm always trying to plan things out. And sometimes she calls me anal, but, you know, again, I just want to make sure we're financially secure.
Financially secure. Lori,
we make more money together than our parents, like 3 times that amount, and they survived. His mom has 8 kids. Mine has 3. They made it, so we can make it, is how I feel about it.
All right, Lori, help us out here.
Well, I really think that Tiffany needs to be a little bit more firm. You know, getting engaged is a green light to planning a wedding, and you're just sitting in traffic all the time. So green light means go. So you just need to be more firm on this. And, you know, you can try out a few different tactics. First of all, if I were you, I would set an internal deadline. And that's not to put pressure on him. It's just empowering yourself and saying, you know, this is how long I'm going to wait. And, you know, by doing that, you can plan your goals going forward. Another thing that you can do is you can remove basic barriers. It sounds like both of your barriers are related to money. In this case, paying for the wedding, and then also navigating financial issues in your marriage. And that's where the third tactic comes in, which is negotiate a deal or offer him a bargain. A deal you could strike is, you know, maybe...
Going to Vegas.
Yeah. He won't do it. I already brought that up. He won't do it.
Oh, really? You won't go to
I
Vegas?
go to the justice of the peace. Yeah. He wants a big, fancy wedding, and I don't want to plan it.
Because she's going to regret it.
He thinks I'm going to regret not doing which I probably will.
You can do both. The way you could negotiate on this is that you could go to the Justice of Peace now and then get married in 2 years when both of you can contribute to the cost of the wedding. Or for the financial issues in a relationship, if you can live within a budget for 2 or 3 months, hey, you get a wedding.
Budget.
Yeah.
Maurice is...
Sorry about that. It's not so much fun.
Maurice,
What's that?
Maurice, is it 100% about the money? Honestly, 100%?
For the most part, it is. I mean, I got a little cold feet. Don't get me wrong.
Okay.
But
Let's be honest
everyone
about those
does,
cold
I'm quite
feet.
sure. But it's the money piece. The majority of it's the money piece.
Okay.
The love is there, Tyra.
Okay. The love
His
affair.
parents weren't married, so he didn't kind of think that was like high priority. He actually at one point said, well, we can have a kid. I said, what? Are you crazy?
That's one thing I do not understand. Why is it that people say, oh, I'll have a baby with you?
Right.
You can the baby is there forever. The baby is there, and you have that responsibility for that child until the day you die.
Right.
Legally until they're 18, but figuratively, emotionally, all that until the day that you die. Whereas marriage, if you don't want to be with anybody, snip, snip, peace.
Right.
So I don't understand why it's okay to have a baby first and not be married. I'll never understand that.
I think
Why?
he's changed his mind about that now, because now he is ready to have children, so I know the wedding is coming, and my parents...
Is it coming, Maurice?
Say it again now.
We'll be right back.
Is it coming?
Up next.
If she wasn't so pressuring, honestly, we probably wouldn't be engaged.
For all of our single ladies to follow if they want their commitment-phobic guys to put a ring on it. With us now are Daylene and Michael. We met them earlier. Okay, so Daylene, how did you meet your man, Michael?
I actually met Michael in a club. I was with a girlfriend of mine that came in town from Denver. And I was on my way out of the club when I saw Michael. He just actually caught my attention.
And what'd you think?
I thought he was the finest white boy I've ever seen.
He's white?
He's actually mixed.
Oh, okay.
He's mixed. I didn't know that at the time. I just thought he was the most beautiful white boy I've ever met.
Okay, so then he put you in his phone, right?
As gorgeous.
Oh.
She is, though. She is. I mean,
Nice. Okay, so you guys have
Yeah.
been together for 3 months.
Yes.
And then you started talking engagement how early into the relationship? At 3 months?
Yeah, 3 months. Started talking engagement. Pretty much after we got engaged, I was buying books. I bought like maybe 10 books within within that time frame. I would always watch Style TV, Bridezilla, Whose Wedding Is It Anyways?
I know he's like,
Everybody
look.
sees it.
She's always like, it's a sign, it's a sign.
like,
look,
look, baby, it's a
man,
sign.
You're forcing the sign. You're forcing the sign.
I'm always like,
Throwing it in my
look.
face.
Wait, what's the sign?
I'll walk in, let's say from work or whatnot, and then she's watching Bridezilla. And she's
And I'm
like,
like,
look,
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 it's a
it just so
sign.
happens, look what I'm watching, you come in, look. She's trying to,
Okay. Ooh, that is just such a sign. Okay. Okay, so I understand you guys, when you pass a jewelry store, Michael, what does she say?
oh, we can't pass a jewelry store without going in. I mean, every jewelry store, she would go
She
in and
wants
check the wedding
something.
band section.
I would go walk straight to the wedding band section, and he would walk right out the store.
Yeah, I gotta,
Okay.
I gotta go to Foot Locker.
He would.
Wait, so you guys got engaged, though?
Yes.
Right.
We got
Okay, so-
engaged.
About 6 months ago.
I heard that
months
you
ago.
felt pressure, though, Michael.
Yeah, honestly, I did feel pressured. I mean, it was thrown in my face repeatedly. And then, I mean, I did get engaged with her, of course, but
He always thinks I'm very flamboyant.
if she wasn't so pressuring, honestly, we probably wouldn't be engaged. Not saying I don't want to marry her eventually.
But you wouldn't have been engaged. I heard that when you like proposed to her, you just like took a ring, threw it on the counter, and said, "All right."
He
that's-
actually,
Yeah.
he didn't even get engaged and
That
get
was
on one knee or anything like that. He put it on the counter in the kitchen and said, "You have a box there."
Wow.
He said, "You have something in the kitchen." He's
Okay.
like, he tries to be like the macho guy.
All right, I'm still a little macho.
Tell
you
me
know,
about the.
and he doesn't let that soft side come out. Even though he has it, I see it in him.
So tell me
just
about the MySpace page. Before you guys were engaged,